My name is Federico. I go by Mas Paz. I am an artist. So I moved to New York in 2006, and that's really when I started getting into the graffiti world. And I worked at this graffiti gallery. I met a bunch of graffiti artists, and I was doing graffiti on clothes. And before that, I was selling T-shirts in the street, and just starting to do this graffiti on clothes. It really kind of get me more into the graffiti scene, of course. And I started going out and painting with a bunch of homies up there in New York. When I came here, I had just been in Brazil, and I started kind of playing around with different kind of typography, not just using graffiti letters. I took inspiration from Mayan and indigenous cultures and hieroglyphics, and started kind of coming up with just kind of a different kind of font structure of a letter that kind of looked kind of it was kind of pichação, like the Brazilian graffiti. Kind of was like a pichação, but then it's kind of straight kind of font. So instead of doing graffiti, I kind of I was let me just try to do something different. So I started using brushes and rollers to do these kind of indigenous letter styles. And then from that, I was kind of can I do something with my letter style? But instead, can I tell a story, a visual story through illustration? But I'm not trying to paint a portrait. I'm not really trying to paint anything really realistic. I was I've dabbled in that area, but I was why don't I take this kind of Mayan and Incan indigenous style and kind of bring it to life through me, and put that up on the wall. Yeah, I think to get down to the bottom of it, what do I think about public art? I feel like public art is art that is free for the community, Art that you don't have to get on a bus and go, or on an airplane or anywhere. The art is there in your community. And there you're able to interact with your community as you're painting. The community can talk with you as you're painting. You're not just some artist that gets flown in from who knows where, comes and paints a piece overnight and just bounces and just gets a fat paycheck and just leaves and paints over some mural that was very important. That is the opposite of what real community art is. That's the opposite, I think it's about interacting with your community, making artwork that reflects the community, being present there, talking to the community as you're making the artwork. That's the most important. And bottom line, it's free. It's free, and you're making something that the community will appreciate. And I'm talking about little kids, little baby in a stroller. They'll look up at it and be like, "Yo, what's going on?" Or even grandma walking by, "Wow, thank you, I like that." Making something that's accessible for everybody and appreciated by everybody. So painting the train this is the first train I think I've ever painted. From the big plastic trains. Kind of brought me back to the roots, and creating something for WBL was really cool. It's just being here and sharing. It's just this is more of a community project, so it's nice to kind of see friendly faces again. And looking forward to seeing what's next and where I can see my piece, and I'm excited to see it online or in a gallery.
Yes, y'all. Yo, shout out to the Elements, Off the Track, and all that. Yo, my name is Patrick Washington, aka Black Picasso of the Still Almighty Poem Cs, and I am here with you for the next, hopefully for the next hour. We'll see how that goes. But I'm here to give a introduction to what we call Academy Live, y'all. Academy Live. It is the expression of our young poets, our young artists, our young graffiti artists, our young dancers. Whatever you do, we want you here in this space to share it and express yourself to the world. So all of our students who just started in the past couple of weeks are prepping themselves. So you're going to see a lot more of them as we move on. I want to bring up the crew for today and just kind of shout out everybody who's here so far. I got the homie Deaun, and I got our feature, our glorious feature for the afternoon, Zoe August. How are you guys feeling?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. You know me. Hey, look. The energy is got to stay up. Otherwise, you're gonna see me over here slumped over. So, but yeah, I'm very happy to be here with you and check out what you have to offer, because you have a lot going on. A lot. You are one of the shining stars of this program. We have a lot of them, but we're very happy to have you here and kind of kick off um, Academy Live. I tell you what, we're going to give you a moment to get yourself together. We're going to warm up a little bit with the homie Deaun, because I know she's at work and she may need to bounce soon. So let's everybody, open up your hearts and your ears, and let's welcome Deaun Coleman.
Hey, can you hear me?
What's up?
Hello? Can you hear me?
You're kind of low volume. Can you get it up any? Get your volume up any?
Can you hear me now? Any better?
A little bit better. I'm gonna back off and let you share your piece, okay?
Okay. This one, my piece is called My Mind. So this is how it goes. I feel like I'm about to lose my mind, like I'm becoming someone that gets defined and assigned as psychotic when really I was young and wanted to die, seeing stuff little kids was supposed to witness, and growing up praying to the Lord, asking God why, and then a flashback reminds me of why I wanted to. Yeah. And now I'm older and I still cry because I always feel the guilt like there was something I could do, and I drop down and feel like I'm drowning in sorrow, giving my crown a meltdown because I'm in my room, just a bucket of despair. As life playing a game with me called knock down, or how my emotions are on a seesaw. Maybe when my heart wants to play on the monkey bars, it won't keep falling because it keeps getting pushed by many, becoming weaker, having years of tears and fears, trying to repair all the damage from the wars. But I look up at the stars and all my hope gets better, and I hope my mental gets stronger so my willpower to live can become a life to live for the better. That's it.
Patrick, you're muted.
Word. Okay. Thank you for that. Our our technical director, Mazi Mutafa, is keeping me on point. Appreciate that. But yeah, thank you, Deaun. That was really heartfelt. As always, you come with the fire. And yes. I know you were on break at work, so thank you for your energy. For those who just came in, this is Academy Live. This is where we put our WBL students and just WBL fam in general on display. We want you to bring whatever you have. If you're a poet, an MC, a vocalist, a musician, if you're into graffiti or visual arts, if you're a dancer, even if you want to talk up your podcast, a broadcaster out there, you want to show off your portfolio, whatever it is, whatever you are working on in your classes, we want you here. We want you to share with us. All right. And there's no such thing as, unallowed expression here. We want to hear from you. All right. I got an announcement. All right. This is our Poem for a Poem workshop. It's happening every third Sunday of the month. Started back in April. The next one is going to be on July 18th for poets, budding writers, storytellers, anything you want to share with as far as, the written word. This is run by teens for teens. It's facilitated by the 2021 Montgomery County Youth Poet Laureate. Her name is Sasa Akil. and she is an incredible talent, and she's doing it up. So please, I will add it a little bit later on. I'll let you know how to sign up. All right, so just keep that in mind. It's going to be July 18th, run by Sasa Akil. All poets 13 to 19 are welcome. And speaking of incredible talents, I want to bring up our
My name is Assad Ultra Walker, and I am a graffiti artist. Ever since I was a little kid, I was always interested in graffiti from elementary school, and I'm an old person, so that was about 1974, 1975. About 80, 81, I started like hitting little tags here and there, but I didn't have a serious tag name, and I wasn't really serious about it until about 1982. I got real serious and started writing my name all over the city. That was when I got started. As I was growing up in Washington, D.C. in the late 70s, early 80s, we had a thing here called Go-Go Graffiti. Basically, guys like R.E. Randy, What's Up Woody, Lisa of the World, many other people were writing graffiti more related to a go-go culture. We didn't really know about hip-hop culture in DC.
All right, yo, technical difficulties in the house. Not sure what's going on, but yo, we will press on. Apologies. We're going to keep it moving. As I was saying, we have incredible talent that I'm going to bring up right about now. And the heartfelt apologies for messing up your intro. I don't know. My fat fingers are hitting the wrong keys or something. I don't know, but we're gonna push on. Zoe, how are you feeling?
Good, and no worries.
Hey, no. We want to set you up properly. I'm supposed to toss it up and you knock it out the park, you know? So that's what I'm here for. You are very busy because I just saw you a couple of hours ago, and you are, you're everywhere right now. So tell everybody what, your experience has been like thus far working, with WBL.
Very good. I mean, right now I'm in the Summer Academy, and I've been going in person for the most part, which has been super cool to see people. And the classes are like even better in person, which is super cool to just interact more.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, because it's all been virtual for the longest. But yeah, now, very happy. We just met for the first time earlier. So after months and months of like looking at these screens like we are now. But yeah, I'm very excited to hear what you have to offer. I have some questions. I'm just going to sprinkle this out. This is going to be the Zoe August show. Okay, so what? Tell us about your expression. How do you normally like to express yourself? Poetry, music, what?
Yeah, I think primarily poetry and music.
Okay, you do play instruments?
I do, yeah. Not well, but we're working on that. I play piano, guitar, and ukulele.
Okay, all right, yeah. I'm a saxophone kid myself.
Ooh,
so okay. Yeah. Saxophone, a little bit of trumpet, but we're not going to talk about that. Because you're going to ask me to pull out my horn and play, and it's going to sound terrible.
Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah. So let's hear a piece from you, and then I'm going to come back and kind of talk to you about the process and what it's like being Zoe August. Okay.
Okay, sounds
All right.
good. Cool. I'm gonna start with a poem. So this is a poem I wrote called "Can You Hear the Quiet?" About like rising up through community and stuff like that. So, my teacher once said she used to hear the quiet walk beside her, much too spacious for her mind to peacefully hold on to, silence that stained pristine people and left but an envelope of the person they were. The day itself was insignificant, maybe 48 hours since Uncle Dearest had made a necklace out of rope and fell into the bones of his home. I felt the quiet leave me slowly, for it was grand at first, I will admit. I did not mind the empty so much as the storm that staggered in her wake. Can you hear the quiet? She taunted. But sometimes, silence wraps herself so far around your lips you forget they once made sound. And what then? When suffocating feels like safety, that is not the silence I want bleeding down my throat. Can you hear the quiet? I nod. It's days like these I hear it most. I hear September's soft knock upon my bedroom door. She slips into bed beside me and we stare at the wall together. I hear Michael and the moon, Sandy and the stars. I hear normalcy and chaos bickering over breakfast, so very quiet as to not pierce the thin veil they've lain across the furniture, friends and foes. I hear the boundaries we've set, the way my grandmother hugs me but cannot look me in the eye, because love is love is love until it becomes your own, and Black Lives Matter until you bring a conversation home. Can you hear the quiet? To be honest, I think sometimes we ask the wrong questions. Like there's a ribbon tethered to my tongue. I feel compelled to ask if you feel at peace, if you've made friends with the silence holding your hand. But my God, can you hear the music? Because I think I can. I think I finally can. And it's in the simple strum of the G chord, a soft arpeggio pecking at my hands, nibbling at my calluses, a bird made of metal and wire and wood and so much sound. It's in refusing to ignore what cannot easily be solved. It's in my mother's dry laugh, my father's kind eyes. It's in sandpaper castles and broken trampolines and letters to future me asking, did you get all you wanted? I look around, only ever as alone as I make myself. Silence smiles at me. We've made our peace.
So wow. So that piece brings like questions to mind. Like when you think of silence,
Mm-hmm.
Does it indicate strength or weakness to you, or does it indicate intelligence or ignorance? Like what does silence mean to you?
I think it can be a bit of both. It like depends on the circumstances, because I think there are times when it's best to be silent or when you want silence, and to like really listen to other people. But then I think there's times when you should be hearing noise and you're not, and it feels super unnerving and weird, you know?
Oh, okay. Right. Like the silence of a battlefield.
Yeah.
That,
Ooh.
that's a good one, huh? Yeah. I'm a
Yeah.
poet. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, that's thank you for that. Thank you for that. Tell us about your musical journey. You've got stuff on the way, but you're also you've been playing music for a while, right? But
Yes.
the creation of a song, right? How different is it from making a poem?
To me, the main difference is like the flow of it. And I think when I've been writing poetry for a long time, but it's sort of transitioned into more songwriting because I think they're very, very similar. And you could say that like songwriting is poetry. But as I was sort of transitioning back to poetry, I had to sort of make myself not rhyme everything and make it less of like a rap. And I think rapping is insanely cool, but I was sort of trying to push myself and not go in that more like music direction with it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like a door, right? You either have to have, you're either going to step through and be in that room or else be in another room. It's you can't do both. Well, I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, poetry versus, rhyming has always been, I used to pride myself on trying to straddle, both at the same time. But now I'm like, no, focus. Be good at one or the other. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just me. That's just me. Okay, let's hear something else from you.
Okay, yeah. Cool. I'm gonna play a song that I wrote on the guitar. It's called Sunflower Hair. Yeah, I wrote this a while ago, because a bunch of my newer songs are on piano, but that's a little too complicated for this. Yeah. You with the sunflower hair in your eyes. You with your sunshiny care in the skies. We can ride our bikes around town. How does that sound to you? To you? Sorry, is that too forward? I'm not so used to conversation. I hate it. Please forgive me, but don't you see? You're so lovely. Oh, you with the sunflower hair in your eyes. You with your sunshiny care in the skies. We can ride our bikes around town. How does that sound to you? To you? Sorry when I don't meet your eyes. It's not you, it's me and my main old mind. Party of one, yeah, I've had some fun. Still, you're so lovely, yeah, you with the sunflower hair in your eyes. You with your sunshiny care in the skies. We can ride our bikes around town. How does that sound to you? To you? And I might pull away when I flinch, say you'll stay. It's my mind playing games with me, but you're so lovely. You with the sunflower hair in your eyes. You with your sunshiny care in the skies. We can ride our bikes around town. How does that sound to you? To you?
Wow. Zoe, you have such a sweet pastel like tone. I don't know if that's even a thing, but like, yeah, I love that. Love that. Yeah. So singing, is that easy? Does that come easy to you?
Sometimes. I feel like I've always loved singing, so I've been doing it for like a long time, and I'm getting better at it, you know?
Oh, no, terrific. Yeah, you were terrific. I like the you. Yeah, loved it. Wonderful piece. And I feel like that could also obviously translate into a poem, like the page, very well, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let me ask you, have you ever collaborated? How often do you end up collaborating with other artists of any genre?
I didn't, and then I did this songwriting camp that like really like changed my whole view on songwriting and music. And it was during COVID, so I met people from like all over the country who are now some of my best friends, and we work together on songs all the time, like in the camp and now even outside of it. So I've collaborated with a bunch of people from that, which has been cool.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, song. Okay. And you said you had to travel travel out for it.
No, it was on Zoom.
Okay. So this is recently, like last year.
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
Okay. So you're also working with engineers and producers, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I've been going to Sweet Spot Studio. Shout out to Nico, who's the
Nico,
best
what's up, bro?
ever. I love him so much.
Yes. Okay, so you're in the studio then. What's going on? Tell us what's happening.
So Wednesday, which was yesterday, I went to the studio for the last time, which was really sad, but also happy because I finished the EP. Yeah, so that's the thing.
Oh, that's incredible. Okay, all right. So, how many pieces are going to be on it?
I think 6 total.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. All songs, any poems, or how we mixing it up? What are we doing?
All songs, they have some speaking parts, but I wouldn't call it poetry exactly. It's interesting, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're kind of walking that tightrope still.
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever done a recorded poem? Just outright poem.
I don't think I have. I've done like videos of poems, but not like studio recording.
Okay. All right. Just so you know, they aren't that different from anything else you're doing.
Okay.
They can be straight a cappella.
Yeah.
You know, or you can. What I'm leaning towards doing now is adding sound effects to punctuate whatever you're speaking about. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
You know, right. So, you know, if you have a piece where you start talking about, you know, running out into the street, then all of a sudden you can throw in some, you know, or whatever. You know what I mean? Things like that. You know, or if somebody's having a heart attack, you can put that in the background. You know, any of that, man, it just enhances and kind of turns your poem into a production. You know what I mean? An audio, almost like a movie. You know what I mean? So yes, I encourage you to do that because I would love to hear some of what you're doing.
Have you done that in the past?
Yeah, I have. I've got like a couple of albums, and some of them we've punctuated them with some sound effects. A lot of times my boys beatboxing or something like that, but we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with it. We like to roll the dice.
Yeah.
Okay, so enough of that. Let me hear another poem from Zoe.
I got you. Okay. Cool. This one doesn't really have a title yet, but that's in the works. The day I realized I'm not so sure what I look like anymore, I traced an I'm sorry into the fog of my bathroom mirror, let my breath wash away the proof, stepped into the shower and tried to wash myself away. I wondered what I look like to my mother, draped in words from head to toe. I think she sees me as a symphony because I'm gone once the music stops playing and the page is just one large rest. I count my quarter notes to the beat of my heart and whisper, I'm sorry. And I wondered what I look like to my Safta, who holds her hate wrapped nicely in a gift of a smile, must have spent hours perfecting it, tying herself into a bow for me. She says, here, and hands me herself on some silver platter. And it's one of those moments where I should take what I can get, but the plate shatters between my hands because I know when she does this, she expects a gift of me in return. but not all of me. If my softa sees me as a symphony, my softa only see English. If my mother sees me as a symphony, my softa only wants the violins. In them she sees her daughter, her redo, her chance. If my mother sees me as a symphony, my softa ignores the bass, humming steadily along. My softa ignores the drums, muffled for her listening pleasure and convenience. My softa ignored her grandchild for 10 years, and now she hands herself to me on some silver platter. Proud of the bow she tied, proud of herself for compromising her values for me, proud of her tolerance. Proud of me, but not the entire symphony. She wraps my queerness into a chokehold of a sonata, and when she visits for the first time, I take my rainbow flag and lock it behind closed doors. She asks to see my room, and I pray she doesn't open the closet because we both know this is one conversation better unopened, better drowned out by a symphony of everything but me. And it's a miserable sound, but I tell myself it's better than years of silence. I tell myself it's not my fault that she came back just when I was learning to write myself into my music. But in my heart, I know that nothing sounds more beautiful than being honest. That's what she taught my mother, who taught me there's nothing worse in this world you can do than lie. And so I stare at a reflection that never loved me and say, I love you. And I say sorry to myself and sorry to a body that I wished away, who ain't never done nothing but provide for me. But to my softa, I say this once and only once, I am not sorry.
Wow. So tell us, define for us what a softa is.
It means like grandma or grandmother in Yiddish, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a Jewish word for it, I guess.
Okay. Gotcha. Your connection to family is strong, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you how many poems do you have? Like, do you write about your family a lot? Connections to family, or
I would say probably. I feel like not all my poems are like about my family, but I always sort of work in like a line or two about them, you know?
yeah? It's I mean, it's what you know. If you're close,
Yeah.
you know, things that you're closest to, you're going to write about, and if family is a big part of your life, definitely. I do the same thing. You know, I'm writing a lot of poems about my kids as of late, and I'm trying to not to embarrass them too much. Yeah, because like you said, being honest is one of the most beautiful things you can do, and I don't want to pull any punches, but I also don't want to. I don't want to embarrass my kids. So, do you have a signature piece? Anything that you consider? Oh, this is the one that everybody wants to hear. I saw somebody wrote down violins earlier. So, is that your signature piece, or do you have one?
I feel like right now, the two that I shared are like my signature pieces, I guess. But I don't know. I'm still building like my poetry portfolio. I feel like as I'm getting older and like maturing and stuff, I mean, because I wrote a lot of poetry when I was younger, and then I started writing music. And now that I'm getting back into poetry, it's obviously changed a lot. So like the newer stuff is like right now like my signature go-tos.
Yes, yeah. I mean, you know, when you're a young poet, your latest is always your greatest.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, this is the one I'm so in love with. And, you know, it's gonna just wow the crowd. You know, later on, it's like, maybe, you know. So yeah, I get it. You're gonna get tired of it, but it's always new to somebody, right?
True. Yeah.
So yeah. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to do one more, and then I'm going to drop one to close it out because I don't want to wear you. I don't want to wear you out over there. So you got one more for me?
What? Sorry.
I said you got one more for me?
I do. I can. Are you cool if I do another song?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Awesome. Cool.
Have at it.
Okay. Okay. This is called Houseplant Blues. I I wrote this as part of the songwriting camp that I was a part of. We were supposed to write protest songs, and I've written actually like a few of those and like protest like poems and stuff like that, but it was just not working. So I wrote this at 3 a.m. about a love story through the life of a houseplant. Yes. Judy, I called to tell you that Eddie passed. He was almost 2.5. Had 3 flowers, he was growing tomatoes and they were all sour. Don't you remember the laughs? Judy, I'm throwing a service for him Saturday. You should stop by, say a few words, only if you're in LA. You should stay. 'Cause now I've got the house and blues. I swear this is not about you. Funny though, 'cause once we're through, it is too. And now I've got the house and blues. Judy, stupid things always happen when you leave. Like, I don't know, I forget to water Eddie for a week. I watched him glow, it was so slow, and now it's just me. Judy, I'm not lonely, I'm just sick of driving you away. Come to the city, we can buy more plants, hang them in the doorway, not like Eddie. Maybe we could try to be more steady. 'Cause now I've got the house plant blues. I swear this is not about you. Funny though, 'cause once we're through, it is too. And now I've got the house and blues. You came, I came. What would you like to say? I'll stay. Me forgetting my own bridge. It's cool. 'Cause someone's gotta cure the house and blues. I swear this is not about you. Funny though, 'cause once we're through, it is too. And I've got the house and blues. It was not about you. Got me feeling so blue. Oh, and you, houseplant blue. That's the song.
Terrific. Now what? I'm chuckling at the originality of that particular song. I love the idea. Where did that come from?
I have no idea. I feel like, okay, I wrote this at 3 a.m. and I feel like that's when the best, weirdest songs and writings come out, because that's when your like editor is turned off and you're just writing.
Very true. Yeah. Some of the best stuff has come to me between 12 and 6. Yes, you're absolutely correct. Somewhere between dreams, right? Yeah, somewhere in that area. Terrific stuff, man. I love the purity in your voice. I love the honesty in your songs, and I am so you got a fan in me, and I'm sure you're gonna have a lot more. Yes. And WBL, we got your back, so we're gonna be helping you. That's what we do with all of our Academy students, who want to make a mark. ZoeAugust.com is the website. ZOE August, like the month.com. All right, so definitely go and check it out. I'm going to drop a piece because it's just only right, and I think it's a nice way to wrap up. So this is a poem called "In 5 Seconds, a Teacher Will Begin to Speak." This is for all the kids who wither away in classroom boxes and cicada themselves out windows as soon as the teacher begins, leaving empty shells behind. Whose voices whine, "What's geometry for? I'm never going to use it." Colossal kids who shrink under spotlight, expecting to hear "Freeze, stop!" But instead they hear "Go, move, now's your time." Always loosen up first, though. Deep breath, everyone. Inhale to up rock, pause to think, exhale the MC stare, and don't blink. Don't you ever let them tell you you need laser cartridges or high-priced anythings. All you need is your voice, your hands, comfortable shoes, and the will. But you want geometry, so okay. Are all beats quadrilateral? Depending on the location of the center of rotation, can you tell me the diameter of this cameo record? Is there any symmetry to this picture? What is the radius of a 5th grader's windmill? How much area will 3 cans of spray paint cover? Yes, the metaphors have always been 3-dimensional because we've been rocking this here since Converse. We are WBL. Helping teens to discover their mutant power since 2002, like how to make canvas chromatically explode, freezing entire crowds in awe, or how to reach through milk crate portals, pulling historic singers back to life to play with musicians of today. It won't be easy, though. Some days the floor will feel indifferent. Trains will break down like cracked albums, and some friends will morph away into shadow, but then what? There's a long, hard walk back to your seat unless you show and prove. Stand on your own two. Show off who got the props. Ante up and ace that contest. Snatch that diploma. Don't just get a job, create one. That's what we're given. The extra bop in your step as you stride into any office, cipher, art gallery, or across any stage to speak with conviction and with rhythm. To find colors and layers yet unseen and still hidden. This is our mission. We are WBL. And we don't just want to rock a crowd. We want you to rock the entire world. So that is the first day, the first showing of Academy Live. I am Black Picasso. Shout out to Zoe August. Shout out to Deaun. And shout out to Mazi Mutafa for putting up with my foolishness. Next Thursday, 5 p.m., Sora Spencer is on this mic featuring Sora Spencer. So you definitely want to check that out. That's it, y'all. See you soon. 2 fingers.
Picture this. Underneath the margins, your words can breathe. Got your listeners tilting isosceles the way you holding volcanic quills, spitting decrees. Better believe with flows like these, you got gills. Screaming at daffodils or dreaming in mandrills, derivative of skills. You're built in the workshop, rocking with raw. Cause in life, the woodshed don't stop. It don't stop. It don't stop. Don't stop.